Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome our audience from around the world to a very special part one of a two-part programme we're doing to celebrate 40 years of one of the most successful festivals in the west of Ireland, and that is the annual Siamsa Sráide Festival. And we're here in the Gateway Hotel in Swinford to mark the occasion. It's also the opening night of the festival. And we have a packed house, big audience. We're going to have some music, dancing, singing, and there's even a special poem to mark the occasion. So, without further ado, I'd like to start the programme with some music, and we have all the way from Derry in Northern Ireland, a fabulous flute band who have been part of Siamsa in the last number of years, and it's all because of a cross-border initiative. And it's a wonderful initiative. We'll be talking about it later on in the programme. But to start us off, I want you to give a very warm Swinford welcome to the fabulous Hamilton Flute Band. We're going to take you back to the beginning, would you believe, because one of the men here who started it, and certainly was there from the very beginning 40 years ago, I must say, Kevin Henigan. Will you give a big round of applause? Very much for Kevin. Kevin, first of all, I must ask you, how are you feeling tonight, 40 years on of the festival?
It's amazing that it's lasted so long, and I'm just looking up at Bridger O'Connell up there, and she's been the mainstay. She's been the mainstay of this for so long, and fair play to you. And I call for a round of applause for Bridge, particularly. Absolutely.
It was a one-day festival when it started. The whole idea of it was to promote Swinford.
No, the idea of it was a bit of fun on the street, a bit of crack, a bit of music and so on. That's all it was. At the time, remember, this was the 80s now in Ireland. It was a grim time in our history, people going away and all that. And it was thought, well, okay, let's put a bit of spark or something into it. And the first Siamsa, believe it or not, wasn't in August at all. It was in July, so it was. That may come as a surprise to some people. So it was planned for July, and what could go wrong? Nothing. It poured from the high heavens, rain. Even a duck wouldn't go out in it, you know? That's how bad it was. So somebody suggested, well, why wouldn't you do it on the August bank holiday weekend? I think my better half down the audience there suggested it. why not do the bank holiday weekend when there are people around? And that's what we did. And the planning was extensive. The plan basically consisted of, let's have a go and see what happens. And that's what happened. Fine day, lots of musicians came along. We said, busking festival, busking. It wasn't a competition as such, people may think it wasn't a competition. Whoever turned up played. And we decided we'd give them a few bob. And if anybody was particularly good, we'd give them an extra few bob.
Brilliant, brilliant.
Well,
sometimes the simplest things in life work out the best.
Work out the best. Well, it's a
great credit to you, and well done. I'm sure you have great memories of it over the years.
Well, my memory is so good I can remember things that never even happened, Henry. So,
well done. We're joined here on the stage, as been mentioned a couple of times, Bríd O'Connell, who needs no introduction, of course. She's probably the face of Siamsa Sráide for the last 40 years. Joe Mellis, of course, former public representative, a businessman in town here as well, and Tom Ladd, another businessman in town here. And of course, the business must pay tribute, as was mentioned there, Kevin and Donncha mentioned, the business people in town play a huge important part in keeping the festival going over the years through their sponsorship, and it's very important. Bríd, of course, it was you who wanted to push for to make it a 5-6 day festival, because you could see the potential in it.
Yeah, I'll never forget, I was down at the end of Main Street, and I was so taken and so enthused about the whole thing that I decided I'm going to turn this into a 4-day festival, and a 5-day festival, in fact. And I said, there's great potential here for the town. And it was a town that had very little at the time, but fortunately, Siamsa Sráide brought a little bit of a lift, and we were on the borders of Sligo, and then it was an area from which we had an awful lot of emigration. So I could see the catchment for tourists would have been our diaspora, and that was good enough for me, because every time they came home, they enjoyed themselves, they renewed old friends, and gradually we built up the festival, and I actually am very proud of the way it has turned out, and that we have stood the test of time.
Going, of course, to Joe Mellis here. Joe, what's your earliest memories of the festival?
Well, of course, I was a bit too young to be part of the original committee, but I would have joined it probably in the 90s there. But once I saw what the festival was all about, I'd seen it before that there. I wanted to be part of it, because I thought this is the future of Swinford. This is the way to sell the town, both nationally and internationally there. And I could see by the committee that were there that they were worth supporting. The town was worth supporting. And today I'm so proud to be part of that committee that has lasted, as Bríd said, the test of time there. And there's no reason why it cannot go on.
Tom, were you a latecomer coming to the festival and getting involved with the festival?
No, I would have been there, we say from the very beginning. There was myself and John McIntyre. We had a disco called Savannah Disco, and so Siamsa evolved on the August Fair Day. It was always a day that was very busy in town. So you had a lot of people in town and a lot of stall holders and a great celebration day in town. But the only thing we were ever missing was maybe a bit of music or entertainment. And in other towns around us, we had lots of festivals going on, but Swinford hadn't any. So International Youth here started off the idea of a busking festival on that day. And the idea then at the end of the day, the winner would perform in the evening time or night time on stage. And of course, because we had a disco, we had equipment, we had PA stuff, like what Shane is doing tonight, so we were on hand to provide amplification. And one memory I have, it was outside O'Connell's, and we're setting up a little stage. And the bus stop was beside us at the time, Jimmy O'Hara's. And the bus driver pulled up, and Tom was busy. And he was taking off bags for a lady off the bus. And he said, "What are you books up to?" I said, "We're going having a festival." And he looked around, and the town was just chock-a-block of people. He said, "Good luck with that." And they got on the bus and drove off. And little did we know that day, 40 years later, we'd still be here. Bigger and better than ever.
Absolutely. And of course, during that period, it picked up a lot of awards as well, the festival, didn't it?
Yeah, because Siamsa's got such a variety of different elements within it, from sports to tourism to history, diaspora. There's so many elements that we got awards from the Pride of Place. We also got the Mayo County Council recognised us for the best traditional festival in the west of Ireland. We're associated with Mayo 5000, Mayo Naturally, and also then the Dublin Mayo
Association in Dublin. Yes,
Dublin,
you picked up the award, the Medal Award that year.
We got the Medal Award from them that year. Yes,
yeah, that was 2009. But
yes.
Also the Mayo Person of the Year that particular year was Louis Walsh.
Yes, and that was a great occasion. We're in Dublin City West, I think it was at the time. And of course, Louis was manager of Westlife and Boys Own, and the crews of both bands were there in the hall with us that night celebrating with us. So, like, it was Swinford, Siamsa, Sráide were mixing with the elite of the pop world.
I know Moira has a little video clip. This will bring back memories to people going back. This is one of the first of the video clips of the famous Siamsa Festival. This was 1993.
First time he held me, and the night that she said leave
Faye Rash, you're very welcome back to part 2 of the programme. Just to remind you, we're coming to you from the Gateway Hotel here in Swinford, where the local community have gathered to share their memories of 40 years of the Siamsa Sráide Festival.
And of course, dancing and music plays a huge part of the Siamsa Festival all over the years. But as you know, Mayo County Council are great supporters of the festival as well. And Joan Ken, a native of Swinford, is on the senior management team there. And you actually danced here at the festival in your younger days.
I certainly did.
With your
Henry,
brother? Yes.
with my brother Mark, yeah. Some of our earliest memories are all of the freedom and the fun that we had here in Siamsa. There was a little bit of work with the crew from Dunleavy School of Irish Dancing in Charlestown and Swinford. We would dance throughout the Siamsa, be it outside Mellets or on the square, and then a few of us would take off, including Mark and myself, and we'd find our way into the local pubs, and there was always a bob or two to be made there if we met the right people. So great memories, and it was always a time for family and friends too, and of course you met lots of new people as well as meeting up with your own friends, so we had a great time.
Yeah, well done. And she brought back a lot of memories to you tonight, the dancing.
Oh yeah, I love it. I was here, I was dying to get up and join them. It was fantastic. Tom sitting on my knee, and of course it would be remiss of me not to say that Siamsa is always also the reason why I connected with my now husband, Michael Rowley, 29 years ago, and we've got Tom and Mark to prove that it was a marriage well made in any event, so I can thank the committee for that.
All right, congratulations. Well done. Thank you. Now we have a very special message here to mark the 40th anniversary of Siamsa Sráide from the Taoiseach, Simon Harris TD.
Hello there. I want to wish you the very best today as you celebrate 40 years of the Siamsa Sráide Festival and the Arts Festival in Swinford. I'm so sorry I can't join you in person, but I did want to send this message to congratulate you on this wonderful occasion as we celebrate the people of Swinford and the vital importance that community and music play in our lives. I especially wanted to thank the organisers, not only for arranging the terrific week ahead, but also for all of the hard work you've put in to make this festival a success for 40 years now. Festivals are a crucial occasion for our communities. They bring us together. They allow us to reconnect with old friends, and they give us an opportunity to appreciate the unique richness of our local heritage and our culture. I'd also like to extend a very warm welcome to today's distinguished guests, the Hamilton Flute Band, who are joining you for the celebrations. Your presence today builds upon the ongoing collaboration between this event and one of the oldest flute bands on this island. Thank you so much again to the participants and the organisers for making this such a memorable festival. Your dedication to your communities is an inspiration to us all. I was delighted to be in Swinford recently, and I look forward to visiting again. But in the meantime, please enjoy the festivities, enjoy the rest of your evening.
All right, folks, I'm going to hand you over now for the next part of the show. A man who's done tremendous work in working on the Siamsa Festival for the last number of years and put tremendous amount of work into this particular 40th anniversary celebration. So would you please welcome your host for the next while, one and only Mr. Brendon Cassidy.
I was trying to live up to the standard that you set in part one, right? So don't worry.
You've been well capable.
Now, Siamsa Sráide would not be the same and would not exist, as we said back in our launch, about a committee, the involvement of local clubs and organisations, and support from local business. So there are several people here who are running events over the next few days, and I think it's important that they have their say to promote their club, their organisation, and the work they're doing for us here during the Siamsa. So now the first one I want to talk to is a lady who has been a strong supporter of Siamsa Sráide for many years. She's someone who I consider a true friend, someone I can always ring if there's any problem or any question or anything you're concerned about. She does an awful lot of work for the ceol branch here in Swinford, and that is Mrs. Morin Murphy. So Morin. Now Morin, you've been involved with Siamsa Sráide for many years. Is there any particular moment or highlight for you that sticks out in the last 40 years?
Well, I've loved Siamsa Sráide from the word go. I've enjoyed, I think, I haven't missed a year. I loved coming in and going to the dances, you know, the open air dances, and dancing away until 2 o'clock in the morning at the beginning. I loved watching my children taking part in the busking. I loved meeting all the visitors who came. Siamsa has always been a wonderful event as far as I'm concerned.
Now Morin, the ceol branch here are running workshops during the week, so could you tell us a bit about that and what you've been doing this week?
ceol has always been involved with Siamsa, but in the last 10 years or so it became more formal. 9 years ago we started a summer school and called it Ceol Siamsa, where we teach traditional music, singing, dancing in the week leading up to Siamsa, and it's been a great success. It's an afternoon summer school, and it's going from strength to strength.
And when can we see the, I suppose, the outcome of that workshop? I mean, what day of the week are you running this performance?
We had a performance for the parents and relations this evening, and it was very good. They loved it. We are taking to the street on Tuesday from 12 o'clock on Market Street, and we're hoping that all the children who took part and the adults will come and play and sing.
Now, you're also planning another event that attracts a huge amount of people, a huge amount of interest, and that is the pageant that you do in the Culture Centre on Monday night.
Yeah, we started the pageant back in 2016, and it has been a great success. We have storytellers, music, singing, dancing, just a wonderful show every Monday night of the Siamsa.
Now, I know this has kind of been a tough year for the cultist branch here in Swinford because the loss of Morin Murphy. I mean, Morin was someone we all know pretty well. She was one of my tutors in school, and she had a huge amount of work to play in the pageant every single year. So I know that you're feeling the loss of her, like, you know, we've discussed this many times.
The loss of Morin was a major loss, and we really, really miss her. And we really, you know, we just miss her, and that's it. She was such a wonderful asset to both us, to the whole community, and such a good friend to everybody.
And another stalwart, of course, was Jimmy Murphy. He's another character, a well-known Swinford character during Siamsa.
A few years ago, we lost one of our founder members at Siamsa last year, Rory.
That's right.
And we had the tragic death of one of our members in a car crash there last month,
yeah.
Abigail.
Of course.
But we're going on with the show. Morin wouldn't have wanted us to stop. Morin played a very big part in the pageant every year. So we're going on with it, and we're going to do our best to have a great show.
That's perfect. So folks, please support them on Monday night for the pageant in the Culture Centre, and the kids will be performing on the streets at 12 o'clock on the Heritage Day. And
we have two more events. We have a session in Oak, a session for
up in the White House with Shane and Rita at 1 o'clock on Sunday.
At 1 o'clock on Sunday, and everybody's welcome to that. And we're also playing music for the Family Fun Day that the GAA Club are organising.
And that's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow.
From 12 to 4.
So we're meeting up at 12 o'clock to provide a bit of music for that.
Well, you've a busy week ahead, Morin. So listen again, thank you very much. We really appreciate everything you've done. Thank you.
Great memories and personal stories from people about the festival over the years. Now don't forget to join us next week at the same time for the concluding part of the 40th anniversary celebrations of the Siamsa Sráide Festival in Swinford. We look forward to your company. You can also catch up on all our programmes by going to our TV Ireland YouTube channel and watch them at any time. So until next week at the same time, it's long before.